Testing 1, 2. This is the Mr.Nobody Podcast, episode 31. That's my cat. She's 19 and a half, and she's been getting weaker a little bit each day. I thought she was going to die. I thought she was going to die on my son's birthday, which was 4 days ago. He should have been 28. But instead she started eating again and has been getting a little stronger every day. But I know I have to manage my expectations about it because the reality is the reality. We all have a shelf life, although that's no excuse for defiling ourselves. It's obnoxious when people say, well, we're going to die anyway. Yeah, fuckface. You should shit yourself not. She's the last link in some way to my son directly, because for a long time it was just her, him, and me. There was years of a routine, a beautiful life. I suppose I'm interpreting it that way, but that's how it felt. We lived together, we ate, we wrestled, we grabbed her, and either he or I slept with her. We were one. It was up to her. And she loved him. She loved you. I wonder if cats know that you died. Someone is dead. That they're no longer here. I wonder if people know. I can tell you that she knew how upset I was. She's always been psychic. I'm interpreting it this way, but very sensitive to people's psyches. Mood changes, like when I would be truly upset, she would come next to me and comfort me in a sort of different way. She loves my wife. After my son went down to live down south, which is where he died by lethal injection, I brought her to the city, and we have 4 floors of area where she could run, and another cat in the basement apartment, tiny backyard, and a little sun deck. And she's thrived here, and she loves my wife. My wife is a singer, and they communicate through song. When my kitty finally dies, I'm going to lose a link to my son because of how we both love her, how he loved her, and how she loved him. Because she's not a cat that is warmed up to that many people. She's a Siamese cat, and she's small. She's half size. But she's as big as the universe. She is part of the story of the universe. And she's taught me more about life than most people. She's dignified. She's courageous. She's loving. She's fierce. She's cunning. She's smart. drag snakes into the house. I remember when she first discovered mice. She was small, she was just 6 months old. She would bring these mice into the house and then disappear, and then later I would find her barfing half a mouse. That's her purring. Did you ever notice that there's no mouse-flavored cat food? After a few weeks of eating half of the mice and barfing the other half up, there should only be 2 kinds of cat food, mouse-flavored, and she gave it up, and small bird. It's always like salmon. I would tease her by holding her in my arms and saying shit like, you know, all the birds are laughing at you. You know, all the birds are laughing at you. I would tell her that some birds came by and saw her getting pet like a little baby and started laughing at her. The birds are laughing. And I did that one afternoon, and a couple hours later, I come outside, and she had killed this little tiny yellow bird, which was very rare, whatever it was. And she splayed it out with both its wings open, so that when I opened the door, it was just presented like a ritual. I was the only one home. There you go, motherfucker. She was like, here, motherfucker. I didn't tease her about the birds after that. Once I was in the kitchen of my home, the house that I raised my kids in. I don't live in there now. I was in the kitchen looking out the window and I heard barking. And it was a guy with a golden retriever on his leash. And the dog was barking furiously. And I look out closer and I see that he has caused my little cat to run up this maple tree. Of course, I was feeling protective and about to run out there when I looked a little closer. My little cat had run up and hid behind the trunk of the tree, clawed herself behind it so the dog couldn't see her in the width of the trunk. She ran back down while the dog was looking up and barking at the tree and attacked the dog. 2 or 3 scratches and then ran away. She's amazing. Little half-size Siamese cat. Once she'd gotten blown out of a tree during a storm, a tempest. She came home with an injury in her shoulder. She'd gotten blown out of a tree. She must have been really high up in the trees because there were no low branches. She was fearless. She is fearless. She's still alive. She's still alive. She's still alive. She's still alive. Fearless. Think about that word. Because no living creature is fearless. It's a survival mechanism. It's something to trust. Recently, someone said to me, "We can't live in fear." And I answered, "Yeah, but we can't be fucking stupid either." You have to respect that thing that you fear, or it will kill you. I have a neighbor across my street up in that town. I didn't know her very well. She's an excellent neighbor. And she came and knocked on my door and said, "Hey, do you happen to have a little Siamese cat?" yeah. I said, yeah. And she said, well, last night, around 2 a.m, yeah, I was laying in bed, and I keep my window open. I'm on the 2nd floor. Yeah. I think I know where this is going. And all of a sudden, I feel a little animal, Pootie, walking on my bed and coming up to my face, purring. And my cat got in bed with her. I was amazed that she didn't freak out, and I told her so. It's unbelievable. She wanted to cuddle. Coming back home from work, in the early evenings, I would take a certain route, up a hill, down a hill, and I would see my cat in her natural habitat, in a large yard of somebody else in the woods, just like stalking something. She's tiny, she's hunting. Roll down my window and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Pootie!" And she'd stop in her tracks. She'd be like, "Oh shit." And then start running home. I have a pet human. She has a pet human. There was a time when I was living between two worlds as what was effectively a parent to my 2 kids, which at times felt like single parenthood, especially during those years, because I had custody for those years. The C word. I had performing engagements in the city. I was always playing music, but at that time I was an actor, and I would get a show that would last 3 months, 4 months. We need you here every day, 10 to 7. And I had to sometimes not be where my kitty was. Where my kitty was.
Please leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
The mailbox is full. I cannot accept any messages at this time.
That's my son. That's what his voice sounded like. So I abandoned my little kitty. I left a window open. I had tenants who were living in the main part of my house feed her. But it's never the same. And I knew she was lonely. I could feel it. Because I knew what she was like. She wanted nothing more than to be together. She used to insist on me sitting down or laying down so that she could sphinx herself on top. And she still does that. She did it today. There's no other way to say it. I abandoned her. And that went on increasingly for a couple of years. Until my son moved down to the area where he ended up dying. And I didn't need to be in my little town, in my house, in the small apartment. And I thought about what would be right for the kitty. Should she be closed in some building in the city? And we have a building that has 4 accessible floors for her, a little back garden, and a sun deck, tiny little sun deck. But the real metric was knowing that she needed me. She needed the people she trusted and loved. So I brought her down, and she was pissed in the car ride. She had never taken a car ride that long. And she was freaked out when I got her here. Within days, I had to go back up to the small town, to the little apartment where I lived with my son and our kitty. I always call my wife to say goodnight when I'm away. And she said, I have a new best friend. I have a new best friend. And it was that night that my kitty, my little kitty cat, adopted my wife as her other pet human, as her mommy and her baby. I have a new best friend. How could a little cat have so much importance? Something had shifted in the fabric of reality, and I felt something right. Something was right in the world. I promised that little cat that I would never leave her like that again. I would never be where she wasn't. We started feeding her the best food, and her fur got thick, luxuriant. She gained weight and became incredibly happy. In our city, people accessorize with animals, with pets. For some reason, I see a lot of people with new babies walking down the street with a new dog, a puppy, and usually an expensive one, like one of those French bulldogs. Yeah, we just had a baby. It's got a fucking bulldog. at the exact same time. And a lot of these people don't even stroll their own babies. They have the hired help. Yeah, the hired help get to do the real shit work. I feel sorry for animals in the city, especially dogs who need to hunt. But our kitty, our half-size Siamese mountain lion, has really thrived here. Tonight I saw her eat some of her dry food for the first time in a week. And we've done some things to make her feel better. And I know she's gonna, transition, pass away from here. And I hope it will happen when she's just laying in the bed between us, where she feels safe, loved. I'll have to let you know how it goes. After all, we're not in control. So I'll tell you one final little thought. I have made a decision about my own treatment of my body. I mean, it's fucked up, but you either make a decision yourself or you leave it up to other people to deal with your shit. And having lived through that, it really sucks. So be considerate and make plans for yourself. Treat it like an art project, an exercise in aesthetics. People don't need to vulture over you. You're clear. You're clear about what you want. You actually get to be fearless. Because at that point, you won't have any fear. That's pretty fucking cool. Especially if you get to die right. Not in some shitty way. Some unnecessary, neglectful, bullshit way. I want a guitar laid on top of me, made out of cedar, like the one I have right behind me, a wooden guitar. And I want my son's ashes. And I want my cat, my kitty cat's ashes, commingled. I haven't decided where I would go after that, but quite possibly the ocean. Yeah. Not so bad. That's all I ask. Don't grieve, it's just one little task. It's alright to cry, my child. It's alright, return to the wild. There may not be another round. Before we say goodbye, let's kiss. Let's kiss the ground. Be deceived that everything's wrong. Don't believe the words of this song. It's alright to hear my love. Twilight is here, my love. There may not be another call. Before we say goodnight, let's share. Let's share it all. I see your face. It's alright, time can't erase. Don't breathe, that's all I ask. Don't grieve, it's just one little task. I'll help you through another door. You can help me to cross another shore. Mr. Nobody.